Okay, well, it's 9 o'clock, so we'll call this notice of the special meeting of the Commissioners Court here at Titus County. Instead of the 26th day of January, this is going to be the 28th because of our weather that we did have on Monday. So if everybody will rise, we'll have the invocation and the pledge.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, I just thank you for all you do for us, Lord. Lord, I just thank you that we didn't have any more damage or anything than we did here this weekend. And Lord, we just thank you for all the resources we had here, and thank you for keeping them safe. Lord, we just thank you for our first responders and ask you to watch over them and take care of them. And Lord, just go with us now as we go into this meeting and give us the wisdom that we need to do what's right. Lord, just forgive us now where we fail. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 1, public comments and requests for information on non-agenda items in accordance with Section 551.042, the Texas Open Meetings Act. I don't have any paperwork here. This is nobody wants to speak on that. Move on to number 2. Consider and possibly approve the minutes from the January 12th, 2026 regular meeting of the Commissioners Court.
Make a motion we approve the minutes.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parchman to approve the minutes from January 12th, 2026.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 3, consider and possibly approve selection of Wilf and Henderson, PC, of 1810 Galleria Oaks, Texarkana, Texas, as the new audit firm for the FY 2026 county audit. The proposed cost is $36,000 plus $3,500 for the single audit, totaling of the $39,500 with an additional $2,500 for state audit if needed. This used to be with Arnold and Walker here, and that was their last audit that they presented to us just the other day. So Nanette has went out and got these bids from these different companies. They've got to be certified to be able to do a county audit, and Nanette is comfortable, I'm assuming, with this company. Yeah.
Back on December the 11th, I submitted to the Commissioners Court a list of information pertaining to this particular audit firm. There is no regulatory requirement to go out for requests for proposals because it's under the allotted amount. And I did, for the last 2 years, I've been talking to various audit firms at conferences, and it appears that most audits are pushing theirs to online audits. They're not coming on site. So I started looking for an audit firm that would work more in parallel with what Arnold Walker Arnold has done for us for the past many, many years. And so this audit firm actually does the Cass County audit. I went and looked at their audit portfolio. I noticed that it was very similar and read much like our current Arnold Walker Arnold audit. And so I met with the firm and I spoke with them. One of my number 1 considerations was them coming on site and visiting with the elected officials and pulling the information, them being able to use the information that we generate out of net data, understanding our schedules and the ability to utilize those schedules without having to recreate new documentation, and their ability to conduct an audit in November. Unknown to our court, a lot of counties do not get their audits as timely as we do. I hear stories of 9 months, 10 months, 12 months of counties waiting on their audits. Since I have been in the auditor's office, we have always been able to conduct our audit and get it completed by January. That allows us to meet all of our requirements for the agencies that we have to submit our audits to in a timely fashion. So that was pretty primary for me in reviewing it. The audit will take place on November the 9th if you approve this company. The costs were well in line with what the county has had for cost for the last several years. There will be no increase in what we're paying for our audit, which was also very nice to see. The knowledge, the proximity to the county, I know it is Texarkana. I know we do like to bring people, but in some parts, Texarkana is within our range. It's a close town. And Arnold Walker Arnold, I spoke with them and their willingness to work with this audit firm on any questions or any prior information that was provided in our audit and how to roll that forward. And then I met with them in the results of a preliminary meeting. That's why I'm making the recommendation. Rather than go out for a request for proposal, I'm just making the recommendation to elect them for this year, for 2026, for us to see how they work with us on the audit. They will prepare their engagement letter and submit it in May, as our audit firm has done every year prior to our budget. These are estimated costs, but I feel they will stay within the framework. I do ask the court to approve them. That way it allows us to move forward with our audit for next year right now. I'm starting that framework right now in my office. Thank you.
I spoke with Judge Ransom over at Cass County, Travis over there. They've been using this company. They do come in, said they hadn't been real smooth and very transitional for them, and he highly recommended them as well. So
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead.
I make a motion we approve.
we've got a motion made by Commissioner Parker to approve the contract with Wilf and Henderson for our audit.
Second.
Got a second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor? All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 4, consider and possibly approve all consolidated rebate checks to be deposited into Fund Number 1010202-208, Employee Relations. Ms. Nanette.
Our county does not have a budget line item for employee relations. We have historically used any funds that we get off of our vending is what normally gets put into that fund to pay for flowers, to do things for relationships with our employees, plaques, things of that nature. We get small rebate checks annually. And when you get one of those rebate checks, which we have one right now for $706, that rebate check, when we split it, may go 10 different places for little amounts because it's on office supplies or small parts or things of that nature. So when me and the treasurer were talking about a way and how other counties utilize their rebates, we could put these rebate checks in that fund, and that would allow us to build the fund and have money in there for when the time comes for sending flowers for funerals, for recognizing retirees, and for that nature. It's not a large amount of money. It's not taxpayer-driven money. The other thing also, if someone gets a rebate of a large amount on a specific purchase, that would still go back to the department. These are only the general rebates that we get from different buy boards and tips vendors that we submit documents and invoices to, where we get little amounts on at the end of the year. That's what this substantiates.
Ms. Nanette, would we need to put a cap on that once we get to a certain figure that we need to split that out, or you don't think those rebates will be that substantial that we'd need to worry about that? Or?
I think it's something that the court could look at, and we could put a cap on it. The one thing that we've noticed just recently in this last year is what we do whenever we have loss of life in our county, and what we do whenever we have retirees in our county, and how do we facilitate them by doing whatever one at the county wants to do. And there's 2 ways to approach it. You can budget it through your budget cycle, or you can utilize this line item for it. If you wanted to put a cap on it, I would say the court could deem a cap and we would cap it. That would be fine.
I don't know if there's a right answer to the question or not. Just like I said, sometimes we get hit a lot harder with deaths in the county, retirements and things of that nature, and then we may build up for quite a while. So let's just make sure that we keep an eye on it so that
I could do an analysis on it every year when I walk my balance sheet, and any time that the fund were to go and what we would anticipate a building too high or doing something, then we could revert back and take those rebate checks and put them back into the departments. It would not be a problem to change that methodology at all. It's just, we need to get some money in that line item because we don't really have any. I don't know what we have in there, maybe $75 right now.
Yeah.
It's really low, and we were looking for a way to put something in there. It is
I
at the
think it's a
discretion
great-
of the court, though.
I do think it's a great idea. I just, like I said, you keep an eye on everything anyway, but if we do get to a point where that we think it's excessive, then we can come back.
I would
to the court.
definitely address it with the court. And if we got a rebate check of a substantial amount that was going to impact departments, we would allocate that. We wouldn't, these are just for these small, under $1,000 rebate checks that we get that are just really small. It was just a way to help build that fund back up because it's really, it's almost gone.
Do you think that 10,000 would be a good number for us to stop at that?
At what?
If we did get to 10,000 on it, or 5,000?
Oh, I would say like 2,500.
2,500?
Yeah, I will let it, I will bring it to the court's attention if it ever breaches 2,500.
Okay. Anybody got any discussion on that?
I'll make a motion, we approve it.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parker to approve the consolidation of the rebate checks to be deposited in Fund 010202-208 as employee relations. Got a second by Commissioner Applewhite. All those in favor? All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 5, consider and possibly approve the authorization, the request for proposal of the annex facade across the street. We've had several different drawings of this, back and forth with them. This is the architects group that we did choose to do the drawings on it. It's not near as invasive as we once had thought of. It's going further into the courthouse, mainly going to be a facelift over there. Annette, you want to kind of explain how we've got to do this as far as the proposal goes to send out for bid? This is, once again, this is not us saying we're moving forward 100% on that. This is saying that we'll get the bid on it and see where we fall in that. We did have, I think, around almost $800,000, $780,000 budgeted for that. Is that correct, Annette? And then we added some more to it in the last budget.
Okay, I had sent an email pertaining to this line item when it was on here because the first step from our office's viewpoint would be that we approve the plan for the facade. And then once the plan is approved, then the architects that presented the plans and they presented a spec packet. That's what we engaged them to do when we did the engagement with them. So they have presented both of those to us. Now, architects didn't come today to present their plan, but I believe all of the commissioners were given a copy of the plan for the facade repair. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Everybody got one of those, but like I said, when you print it out, if you can read those on the printout, I want to talk to your eye doctor because they're super, super small. You can see them on the email, but when it's printed out, it's very, very small.
I think the difficulty of the process would be that these are plans that are generated, and the architect that designed the plans should have been explaining to me what the plans were stating were going to be done. But I think it is outlined in the plans. If the commissioners feel comfortable with the information that they were provided and they approve that plan, then what the auditor's office does is architects gave us a timeline within the specification of when we put it in the paper, when we make the plans available for review by all of the general contractors, and then at that time the general contractor is selected. So partially, when this got put on the agenda, I had sent the email pertaining to my question from the auditor's office was, have we approved the plan? And once the plan is approved, then we go out for a request for proposals. This is asking for a request for proposal for the facade. if the court wants to approve to go out for a request for the proposal and they feel, but I still feel that somewhere we need to vote on whether we agree with the plan that Architects has presented. I mean, that's the basis of the RFP for me. Once you approve that, I send the specs and everything out. So I know me and Monica had discussed the two items, approve the plan and then approve to go out for the RFP. But I mean, I'm just giving information, I'm providing information to the court. I think but y'all were given the plan, but it's not noted as an item on the agenda to vote for that plan, so. I don't know what the process is on that. Do you know, Leslie? Or?
I'm sorry, what's the process on it?
We'll have to approve the plan before.
Can they approve the plan for the proposal, even though it doesn't say, consider and possibly approve Architects' plan for the repair of the facade? You approve the plan, and then you approve to go out for the request for proposal. I mean, yeah, so I don't know if it's good to table it and then put them both on there, or if the commissioners want to, I don't know if there's a way to modify this now that it's on there and include it. I'm open to that, because I know that the plans were sent to you guys.
Has the city approved our architect drawing and all that? They have approved it for, okay.
What would be a good thing, I feel like, would be for y'all to review it again, table it, review it again, and note in the next one that the city, since you said the city had, note that the city had approved it, and then y'all can word it the way it needs to be so that y'all all cover it.
That's fine, if you don't want to do it that way.
I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. I'll make that motion that we.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parker to table the proposal and get the plan approved on the next court.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor? All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 6, consider and possibly reappointing Hudson O's to serve on the new term from February the 2nd, 2026 to February the 1st, 2028 on the North Texas Regional Mobility Authority, which is NetRMA Board of Directors. We put him on there when we lost our board member from the EDC on there, and Hudson come down there and found $320,000 that we got to apply for, and got that back in our books. And so I think that I'd like to make the motion to reappoint Hudson O's to serve on the NetRMA board.
Second.
I got a motion and a second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 7, consider and discuss questions provided by Commissioners Court by Mr. Terry Carter concerning the Titus County Appraisal Hospital District with possible action. Mr. Carter.
Good morning. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but last meeting, everybody affirmed that they got a copy of the questions that I'd posed, and I really want to, I don't want to spend the whole time doing all of this, all right? What I'd really like to focus on is our county attorney not being the representative, the county's representative, and the hospital's representative of record. The hospital district itself acknowledges that they come under Chapter 1107. And Chapter 1107 is very specific. Now, their lawyer has an opinion that they don't have to abide by the section of 1107 that assigns the county attorney as their attorney of record, because they have to pay independently for services rendered, is their answer. Everybody I've talked to and myself disagree with that. And really, I know you guys, I know y'all have to deal with that board and the hospital district and all of us every day. It's a thankless job you guys do. But I would hope that at least, at the very least, a letter would come out of this Commissioner's Court asking the hospital district to withhold any voting on partnerships or sales or leases of that hospital district until this specific question especially can be answered by higher authority. And the reason I'm asking that is because if he has not been involved, then it violates the Open Meetings Act, and it violates that statute, Chapter 1107, which places specific civil liabilities on both entities. So I'm just asking that you consider that. And that's all I have.
Commissioners have any questions for Mr. Carter? Any questions? Mr. Carter, I appreciate you coming today. I've done a little more due diligence on this as well. I carried the questions over to the district attorney, which is Mr. Bailey, and have visited with him, asking him what our responsibilities were on this. He explained it to me. That's our lawyers, Mr. Coburn and Mr. Bailey. He explained it to me. It'd be just like a school district, ISD, and us trying to tell them how to run theirs because they are elected officials. Without him being able to look at the contract, which I haven't looked at the contract. Ms. Patty's here from the hospital, and we appreciate you being here today as well. He says he can't get an opinion on that until we know a contract. My understanding with the hospital and the hospital board that I've spoke at a couple of times, my understanding is they're going into negotiations with two suitors to find out which suitor that they're more interested in. There is not a copy of the contract at this time. So for us to say they're in violation of a contract or a violation of the 1107 there is not our place until we did a contract. So I understand your concerns, and I want you to understand that we're still working on that with you. Mr. Bailey don't seem to think that we can get an opinion from the Attorney General's office until there is a contract in place, and then we can decide. He explained it almost like being a criminal, saying that we're going to go rob the bank. I told Mr. Carter I'm going to go rob the bank, but I don't go rob the bank, I'm not really guilty. So until we get a contract, and the board has been very, very upfront with me as far as letting me see any paperwork and stuff like that. Have not seen any contracts or anything to what the sale would be, how the sale would be, or any of those things to know if we're in a violation of that or not. It's my understanding if they do vote to go that way, then there will be a public hearing, which the Commissioners Court would be happy to hold for you. And then it goes back to several different steps that you can go through. But on Mr. Bailey's advice to the court, that's where we're going to stand today on it.
And I understand that.
So,
and I'm not asking for y'all to try to step in to stop the vote. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking for you guys to say, we need this, the question of the county attorney representing the hospital as their attorney of record by law. That's what I'm asking.
I get that as well. And just like with the county attorney there, he also goes out to different counsel for not just us. He calls Allison and them TAC. He uses several different lawyers, and I'm assuming that's what the hospital board is doing. Like I said, until I know a contract with that, I can't say if they're in a violation of that or not, Mr. Carter.
Understood.
Okay.
And I'm going to agree to disagree with you, Judge, but I appreciate your time. I thank y'all.
That's coming from the lawyers, so.
I get it.
Okay.
But I appreciate y'all's time.
Appreciate you. Appreciate your concern for the hospital, Mr. Carter.
I love this hospital. I really, really love this hospital. You guys don't understand how much I love this hospital.
I can't speak for all the board members, but they're all from here, raised here, and have all had families in and out of the hospital there, and we think the hospital is very important, and we definitely want a hospital here in the years going forward for us. So there's no action on that, number 7. Number 8, consider and possibly accept the Titus County Clerk's continuing education certificate for completion of a matter of record. Ms. Leslie?
I completed all 20 hours.
Somebody on the TV won't be able to hear you.
I have completed all 20 hours.
I have completed all 20 hours required by the state for me for my continuing education. I do have the certificate if y'all need to look at it or anything showing that has been completed. And I appreciate everything that y'all do for us to be able to go to these classes.
I don't think we need a copy of it. You have to keep those records for the
Yes,
state.
I do
so-
keep a record.
But yeah, as a matter of record, we'll put it on the record here today. Number 9, approve oral and written reports of the county officials.
Make a motion, we approve them.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parchman to approve the oral and written reports of the county officials.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor? All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 10, consider and possibly accept the treasurer's report as a matter of record.
Make a motion, we approve it.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parker to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor? Approved unanimously. Number 11, approve the budget amendments. Ms. Nanette, it's your popular day today.
We do not have any budget amendments. Thank you.
Number 12, sign pay orders and approve the payments.
Make a motion, we pay our bill.
Got a motion made by Mr. Parker to pay our bills.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor? All those opposed? Number 13, closing comments. Mr. Parchman.
I'm just proud it didn't get as bad as they said it was going to get out there, and just all this weather we had. But we're getting out today, checking the roads, and hadn't had many calls. Few trees down, and not much damage I could see so far. So that's all I got.
I'd just like to say that, tell everybody to be cautious still because there's ice patches all over.
I've still got a lot of roads that are pretty well packed, so just be careful out there, and we're in the process of, as soon as we does clear up enough, that we'll get everything picked up and cleaned up now. So
Sheriff's here today, Rob Vine and Chief McRae. We had conference calls over this the last 4 days, I guess it was, Sheriff, 2 a day. Chief McRae kept everybody informed very well. We worked well as a unit as far as getting all the warming stations and stuff done. I don't know if everybody saw it today, but when you come into court, there's a big smokestack over here going. The old Borden milk factory is in flames. About 1 o'clock this morning, it looked like this whole end of town was on fire. I want to give a shout out to the Mount Pleasant Fire Department. They also had some water problems because of pressure and stuff. And Jerry, I know that Argo was there, Sugar Hill, Tri-Lakes, North Tex, I believe. Our volunteer fire department come through, and so we are needed, and we are appreciated for us getting the water there. Seems to be like they've got the fire under control now. But like I said, it was awful cold out there and a big fire, and so glad that they're all safe and hopefully got it all under control. Any other comments? All right, with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Mitchell to adjourn. Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor? All those opposed? We'll adjourn at 9:29. Thank you all for coming today.